Welcome. What are your thoughts of this game?
I saw Thailand earlier. They got a really fast winger out on the edge.
That's correct, yeah. The Thailand winger is a very fast player. She scored 3 tries in her first game. And we're going to be seeing Japan kicking off, kicking to the left-hand side, and it's a good kick. And the player we talked about, number 11, unfortunately making a drop catch, and Japan trying to take advantage. The referee's called played on here, and the ball's been going away to the left-hand side. The Thailand side looking to secure the ball, but going to left, going to right, no space. And Thailand moving the ball straight away, and bit of razzle-dazzle. The fake show and go. The ball is trying to be pushed, looking for the offload, but it make a good, smart option. Keeping hold of the ball, and the player number 2 scooting from the halfback, and referees calling a head-high tackle, the seatbelt tackle, and the ball's gone straight away into the open hands, and the ball straight away shifted out wide, and that's an inside there ball, and keeping the ball alive. And Thai man team not afraid to pass the ball 20 metres backwards, passing the ball to open space and trying to create one-on-one opportunities, but very well defended by the Japanese team. Gives them time to get the defensive line set, and the Thailand team making 2 deep long passes, set up a ruck in the middle of the field, and giving the ball to the open side to keep the ball alive, and creating 2-on-2 and a good late switch and a good offload and a beautiful hands to pick up. As a good start, a good high quality game. Ball's gone out wide and taking the ball from side to side. Great patience shown from the Thailand. Nice offload. Ball's kept up. And beautiful hands to move. And this is the danger player, player number 11, one-on-one. She creates a lot of opportunities.
Seems like Japan did their homework on her.
Yeah, correct.
They numbered up.
Good observation there, David. And once again, this is a great passage of play. An inside defender. Good pass. Good sequence of play here by the yellow team, the Thailand team. And also a good sequence of play by the Japanese defensive side as well there, David.
Yes, they really got good defense structure, coming off their line, pushing up, pushing forward.
And there we go.
But Thailand are doing really good, keeping ball in hand, and just when I give them a rap, they go and lose it.
Yeah. Interesting part of Japanese turning defense into attack, and a good covering tackle by their number 11 player. Another good covering tackle. Japanese team securing the ball and get on 1-on-1, and what a passage of play, both teams. Very good play, and Japanese coming around with their first try of the day.
Great passage of play there. That was 2 minutes of just non-stop rugby.
Totally there, David. And it's Japan coming away with a 5-0 start and kick to come.
I fear for Thailand. They had most of the possession, and one small error had cost them.
Yes, you're right there, David. And kick to come, number 12, and they're off the crossbar, and in she goes, and it's a 7-0 start for Japan.
Japan just have a few injuries here, so there's a bit of a stoppage. Hopefully nothing serious. Hopefully Thailand can regroup when receiving the kickoff. But Japan look good. Seems like they did their homework and watched footage of Thailand's previous game.
Yep, that's right there, David. That's the beautiful thing about the Sevens team. It is a long time, and both teams have got experienced coaches. This allows teams to analyse how other teams play. They make the most of their gaps or their breaks in between games, and they can often watch teams. So it's great to see that the coaching standard of the play, not only is the playing standards really high, but this is also a good opportunity for the coaches to analyse and look in ways and how teams are playing. And
Gone are the days where we had technology back in our day where we could watch footage
That's
during
right.
games.
Yeah. And that's just the beauty there, David, of the game being an Olympic sport now. A lot of funding has been set aside for
Ooh, what a good tackle.
countries. Yeah, great hit. Great tackle, and this is a really important play here for Thailand to get points on the board because I've started so well. And here we go. It's the first break and great covering tackle. And Thailand playing with a lot of tempo, a lot of composure. And here we go.
shift.
Here's their strike player. She scored 3 tries and she goes on the outside, but good defense. And I think that's what you talked about, David. You know, Japanese team very aware of how Thailand play, but quick turnover, quick play, quick line out. Very well disciplined side, the Japanese team. And they skip inside, beat the first tackler, beautiful inside line, beautiful touch and turning the ball over. Referees try to play an advantage and great play, great start to the second round of the games. And
Both teams are playing at an epic pace. I'm getting tired watching them.
yeah, I think both teams could be happy how they're playing at the moment. And Thailand, they've been able to build long phases of the game and just looking for the opportunity to try and strike. We'd like to welcome once again all our supporters around the world. This is the Dubai Sports City. We're very lucky to have Dialog as our main sponsor, but at the same time, we've got the Expo happening in Dubai. We've just had the Cricket World Cup, and we've got the Dubai Sevens happening at the moment, also the Abu Dhabi Formula One. So a lot happening in the region, but it's great to see a lot of support coming out here and supporting the local rugby teams and seeing some really good high quality rugby.
We have Thailand feeding the scrum.
Thailand getting an early feed, winning the feed, and moving the ball out to the centres, taking the ball into contact, trying to set up a ruck in the middle as well. A lot of teams try and do of their first phase. Try and get a ball in the middle of the ruck. So hard to defend. Creates opportunities and options for their playmakers. And here we go. Here's their fast pace. She can score a try from anywhere on the field. And here she goes, one-on-one.
Can she do it?
It's a good chase. She's got a dive. There we go. From her own goal line. That's a 100-metre try at its best. Great play. And this is her 4th try of the day. And good running also by the Japanese defensive player. So that will take the score now from 7-5. Jawanda Kawataki. If I pronounce that properly, I don't think I did there, David, but at least I tried. It takes a score to 7-5, kick to come.
Just when we thought Japan had her covered.
Yeah, that just shows you how good of a player. The Japanese have done their homework, but she still found a way to go there in and out once again and get on the outside. So the conversion unsuccessful. It takes the scoreline to 7-5, but it will be the Thailand team that will start with the kickoff. Let's see if they're good enough to get this the regather of the kick. Such an important moment now, these kickoffs. We've seen before how good Japan were when they're kicking the ball in the air. Let's see if Thailand can look to regather this kick. And they've gone a little bit longer on the kick. And a good catch by the Japanese forward. Thailand's managed to get that defensive line set. And a good pass for the Japanese players, get their hands on the ball. Put them in a good attacking player position. The switch, taking the ball across the field. That's a good pass, another good pass.
Ooh,
Ball's kept alive brilliantly.
Numbers on the right.
And
what a
hit of the
tackle.
day. Hit of the day. She didn't see that one, did she?
I think the ref is going to call it for a high shot.
No, surely not. Big players putting their bodies on the lines. It's good to see the players putting the lines for their countries today,
That
David.
was such a great hit. Bit harsh if it is going to be a high tackle, called for a high tackle, but
Yeah, so you can see the passion, the desperation of players trying to qualify for the Rugby World Cup in South Africa 2022. only 2 spots available for 8 teams. And we've seen the first round. And in your view, David, who do you think have been in the men's section? Oh, we'll talk about the women's section. In your view, who do you think have been the favourite teams?
No, I really like Japan. I really love their attacking structure and their defense. How they push up every time they get on defense. They push up and they smother you, get up in your faces. So Japan for me for the women's, and for the men, I'd have to say Japan again.
Yeah. I'd like to add another country that's done pretty well in the men and women. That's the Chinese teams.
Yes.
They've looked very well disciplined, playing the game at a high tempo. So it's good to see the games in China, the growth of the game and the development of the team. They've spent a lot of time on their player development programs and their coaching programs. That teams, the global game.
Especially the last Rugby World Cup being held in Japan.
Totally. And that's half time. People at 7-5 to Japan.
And we have kicker from Thailand. Nice deep kick. Recovered there by number 7 from Japan. She shifts it straight to the left. Ooh, good short ball. And she's through. Beats the last defender. And it looks like she's just going to make it. Good try. Good start from Japan. Well set up. And I saw that same play in their last game, where they had runners just hitting holes, chopping real hard. So it seemed to work there again. So that takes the score to 14-5 to Japan.
And that's a good start.
14-5 to Japan.
Japan, 14-5. Important start for them to get off to a good start on the second half. We have Thailand with showing good promise with getting back into the game. Let's see now from this kickoff, and it looks like this kickoff won't go the 10 metres, so it'll be a free kick for Thailand. And they've looked really impressive so far in this tournament.
The Japan coach would have been happy with that start after conceding a try late in the back end of the first half. Aaron?
Yeah, I think that's what the good team's doing really well there, David. They don't allow teams back into it, get their hands on the ball, but Thailand, they've decided to slow this right down. They'll be looking to play one of their plays that they use on the playbook, this which is a switch, a dummy switch, and it's just trying to create a one-on-one, getting good momentum, good early, clean. Then they get the ball and creating overlaps, free pass and good early pass. Players out wide and moving the ball nice and deep and hands on the ground, and referee has awarded that the sealer, the supporting player, was not supporting her body weight, putting her hands on the ground. And it's a tough call if you're hot on attack.
I thought it was a harsh call, but he's closer than us, Aaron.
He's closer than us. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And the referees our local referees are refereeing the local competition here in the UAE, and it's a good opportunity for them to get some international exposure.
And they've been doing a great job so far.
Yeah, totally. Been very consistent in the game flow, and so we see a line out now for Japan. They're going to throw in the middle and a good line out win, and holding the ball up nice and long and running the ball from their own 22 shows the confidence from the Japanese side, and moving the ball from one side to another. It's great to see the skill of the players and getting over the top of the ball and bouncing left, bouncing right, and straightening up, and good dummy switch, and it's a good breakaway and good chasing by the Thailand side.
Oh,
it doesn't
unlucky. She just loses it.
And unfortunately she didn't have to throw the offload. She thought she was going to be tackled, but she was clear. But it's been a good team player, threw the ball inside, but a slight knock on by the Japanese player, and Thailand getting let off the hook there.
They got off the hook there. Definitely did.
So they are still 2 scores away, Thailand, so they probably need to score from the scrum to try and, if they want to look to get a win in this game.
That was great character shown by that last defender to never give up.
Yeah, totally.
Kept chasing.
Great passage of play and a good scrum. And the referee's calling advantage, and the ball's gone backwards from there, but referee will go back to the advantage play, awarding that the Japanese front row were pushing upwards. So the Japanese team, the Thailand team will look to go to one of their set moves.
Aaron,
yes.
What do you think Thailand would have to do to score next?
I think that they would have to just create more one-on-one opportunities. You see the Japanese team are very, very well structured, very well disciplined, but if you can create one-on-one opportunities and get a fend off or look for an offload, I believe that's where the threats are, and they've got the ability to one-on-one with, especially the player number 11. She can score tries from anywhere on the field. So important play at the moment, and they've gone for a line-out that hasn't been successful, and which is disappointing from a Thailand perspective, but a great tackle. She was jumping. I don't understand why that's a penalty there.
Yeah, I didn't understand the penalty.
Yeah, but we'll move on, and referees decided to allow for any dangerous play, but awarded another. He's been consistent around the breakdown. Players just coming in off their feet and not supporting the breakdown. So,
bit of justice there, because I felt that ankle tackle wasn't a penalty.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been consistent, and come on back to Thailand, which is a bit hard done by. No. I would like to see Thailand actually playing. Their line-out didn't look that convincing. Maybe looking to change their strategy, knowing the fact that Japan have got a very well organised line-out.
Yeah.
Maybe looks to just have a go. Knowing they need to score 2 tries, I would have liked to see Thailand just move the ball and have a go.
I think Thailand are trying, but Japan have just matched them at every facet of the game.
Here we go, Japanese wants the ball from the line out, so strong, such a strong feature of their game. And they look at doing the drag option, dragging the defender across and cutting back late. And number 5. And once again, the seatbelt tackle. Referee's been tough on that. Anything around the neck.
Let's see what Japan can conjure up here.
Here with Japan, see the middle scrum, and beautiful
Another short ball
and
play
good
there.
hard running by the Japanese players. Catches the ball on the bounce pass, early cut. Very well received. Another advantage here by the referee. Japanese will play with the advantage of good side step and good dancing footwork. Takes 3 players to get it down. Sets up a good ruck, and the halfback will scoot from the scrum, the ruck. And a good pass into the wide channel. And that's where the speed and pace is. And a late cut and a beautiful in and out movement by the winger. Scoring a try and looking to get as close as possible to underneath the post. And they'll take the score line to 19-5. So kick to come.
I really feel for Thailand
Yeah.
because they played really well.
Yeah.
It's just that Japan are just a well-drilled oil
Kick
machine.
unsuccessful, but final score in that game is 19-5.
The next team coming.